Well, about the midway point here of the Rams Report with head coach Steve Fairchild. Welcome back. Brian Roth back with you along with the coach of the Colorado State Rams. And again, Ray Jackson, one of the all-time greats, inducted in that Colorado State Hall of Fame here this past week. And I know that had to be a thrill for you to see him go in. You and Ray Jackson go back a ways.
Yeah, we really do. You know, I was an assistant when Ray was playing here at CSU. I'll never forget that Fresno game where he blocked that punt and took it back and really turned that game around, got us in our first Holiday Bowl. But Ray and I have stayed in touch. You know, I went on to coach in the NFL. He played a little bit with some of the teams in the NFL, and I actually tried to hire Ray when I came back to CSU. But he's pretty entrenched there with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But it sure was good to see him this past weekend, and we had him talk to the team, and you know, he's just a very, very impressive person.
Yeah. What did he tell the team, and what do you hope to accomplish when you get a guy like Ray Jackson back to talk to your kids?
Well, I always try to do that because I think it's good for those kids to hear from guys that have gone through, you know, sat in the chair they've sat in and then gone on in life and been successful like Ray. And to a man, they almost always talk about savoring the moment because your career goes by fast, and sometimes you don't realize what you have, the opportunities you have when you're here as a student athlete at Colorado State.
Again, Ray Jackson, all-time leader in interceptions here at Colorado State, inducted into the CSU Hall of Fame. The Rams' final game of the 1994 Western Athletic Conference season was at Fresno State. Win, and Colorado State football's first ever WAC title trophy will be in their hands. But the team fell behind 24-3 early in the game. Ray Jackson never even considered giving up. He knew it was time to reach for the goal.
There's the snap and it's blocked. Ray Jackson blocks the punt, picks up the football at the 25. He's at the 10, 5, touchdown Colorado State, and they have taken the lead. Ray Jackson blocks the punt.
And I can still right now, 18 years later, 20 years later, I can see Ray in Fresno coming in late in the game, blocking a punt, picking it up and scoring those big long strides. Nobody could tackle him. And
you know, that was huge. I mean, obviously that was the game that clinched the WAC conference for us. And you know, anybody that saw us that year knew we were, it's almost like we were a team of destiny.
And I'll never forget Ray Jackson blocked a punt against Fresno State. That was a key block to win that game, and that's the type of player he was.
When I get my ring, I'll show you guys that big nugget. It's going to look pretty.
The Rams won the WAC title in 1994 and 1995, and Ray Jackson was a first-team All-WAC selection in 1995. He finished his career as the all-time leader in interceptions at Colorado State.
Ray is very deserving of this honor. I mean, he did everything. He did everything. He played special teams. Tremendous athlete, tremendous everything. He had poise, he had the swag, you know, he just had it all, man. And this is a great honor for him, and I'm very proud of him. I wish him all the best, and you know, like I said, he's overdue for this because he's as good as it gets that's worn the green and gold.
Well, Steve, you mentioned that block against Fresno State. We saw it there in the video. And sometimes there are those moments in CSU history and football history that just stand out to you. That is one of those moments.
No doubt. You know, we were fighting for our lives at Fresno, and you know, just waiting for somebody to make a play. And Ray, you know, Ray was a real playmaker on defense. You know, 18 interceptions. You know, he's making an interception every 3 or 4 games he played, but he blocked that punt and scooped and scored. Ray was one of those guys that every he touched the ball, he was going to try to score.
Yeah. Well, the Rams get Texas El Paso on the road down at the Sun Bowl coming up this Saturday night. UTEP coming in like the Rams at 3-3, but it's a UTEP team that's coming off the heels of a 44-7 win at Tulane. It looks like a pretty good ball club.
Yeah, and the one thing they are doing, they're getting better every week. You can see a real trend through the year that they're an improving football team. They've got a big physical back that's had a big couple games the last couple times out. So, and defensively, you know, they held Tulane to, you know, 7 points. So they're good. You know, they're getting better. They've got some good athletes, good speed. It's going to take our A game to go down there and win.
Yeah, going out onto the road, is it maybe good after a loss like that to Boise to get the kids away and get them kind of focused in the hotel?
Well, that's one thing. We've taken a little step forward this year in that regard because we'd struggled around here on the road, and so far we've gone to New Mexico and found a way to win, and gone to Utah State and found a way to win. One thing about the road, you can't turn it over. You know, no penalties, and it's going to be close. You got to find a way to finish it.
Yeah. All right, Steve. Well, hey, best of luck coming up on Saturday against UTEP.
Thank you.
All right, that's head coach Steve Fairchild. Thank you to him. And again, the Rams and the Miners coming up this Saturday. Don't go anywhere. Show's not over yet. We'll talk a little Ram volleyball when we come back with associate head coach Jesse Mahoney. That comes up next, right here on the Ram Report.
Twitter is great. Here's one. That darn cat is in the tree again. Where's a 7-footer when I need one?
Here, kitty, kitty, come on.
Heard you're looking for a 7-footer.
Wow, Coach Miles, this is crazy. I just tweeted that.
Trevor, you got this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's more of a dog guy. This ought to do the trick.
Okay, thanks.
That's what we're here for. Go Rams!
Welcome back, everybody, here to the Ram Report. Brian Roth back with you. Well, we're going to shift gears again and go to talk a little bit volleyball here. And Jesse Mahoney, the associate head coach at Colorado State, joining us once again on the program. Tom Hilbert out recruiting, so Jesse's a veteran of the show. Hey, congratulations on a fantastic week this past week. Colorado State improving to 13-4 on the season with a couple of 3-set sweeps against New Mexico and TCU. And I know you guys played some of the best volleyball you played all year.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we looked at this as the biggest weekend in our conference, with TCU, New Mexico being #2 in the conference coming in, and to get 2 great wins and to play really well, kind of bounce back wins for us was good, and you know, kind of set us up to be in the driver's seat of the conference.
Yeah, I know it's nice to erase the memories of what happened up in Laramie, and you guys did that in a big way. And did you think you were going to be able to breeze through this weekend? So he's in 3-0 against New Mexico, in which you blasted them in the third set, 25-14, and then 3-0 against a good TCU team. Did you think it'd be that easy?
Well, you never think it's going to be that easy, and you know, both teams are actually very, very good. Moby's a tough place to play, and when our team is serving and passing well, we're really physical, more physical than anyone in the league, and we were able to impose that on both teams. And at times, you know, we were just doing whatever we wanted out there, which is, you know, where we want to be as much as possible.
Yeah, and the serving was key too, wasn't it?
Yeah, you know, probably, and Tom said, I think, in the post-match that this is the best serving team he's had in a long time, and I think this weekend really showed that. New Mexico and TCU really pride themselves on being ball control teams, and we took them out of what they wanted to do, and when we can do that and set up our block really well, we're a good team.
Of course, a special weekend for Ram volleyball, not only because they went 2-0, but because one of their own was inducted into the 2011 class of the CSU Sports Hall of Fame. It's Courtney Cox. It was the 5th and deciding set in the second round of the NCAA tournament, and Colorado State was down 14-9. But there was no talk of giving up.
We ended up coming back, which is pretty much impossible. Like 9 out of 10 times, you could never do that. Courtney was a huge role in that win. I remember a few kills that were just the most crucial point. That Allie set her this great ball, and she just went up with this abandonment and aggression, and she went to a whole nother level.
Courtney made some big plays. She had a few line shots that really turned the momentum and really did bring us back.
And that sends it to the Sweet 16. And it was a really memorable moment in Moby Arena and in volleyball history at CSU. And Courtney played a key role in bringing us back.
During Courtney's time at Colorado State, her team won 2 Mountain West Conference titles, 1 Mountain West Tournament title, and was twice named to the Mountain West All-Tournament team.
Courtney was a very selfless teammate. She knew when other people needed a pickup. She knew when our team needed to be picked up.
Courtney was a game changer. She was definitely our go-to hitter in so many situations.
Courtney Cox was absolutely an emotional leader for this team. She was a great competitor. When it was time for her to step up and play in a big match, she did it in a big way.
In the year 2000, she was named second-team All-American. Ram Volleyball went to the NCAA tournament every year she played.
I remember her at UCLA, we played against them, and she was unstoppable. So she is so deserving of this award in so many ways.
I'm so proud of her. She's so deserving. It's an honor that I'm privileged to say I played with her at CSU.
Well, Courtney Cox, certainly one of the all-time greats, and some of those great teams from the early 2000s bring back some great memories. Well, the schedule continues for you guys. It's time to head out on the road for round 2 of the Mountain West. Boise and Air Force coming up for you guys, Jesse.
Yep, head up to Boise to play them on Thursday night. They're a really good ball control team and run a really fast offense, so they'll be a challenge for us, and we got to take this energy that we had at home and put it on the road.
All right, job well done. Continued success to you guys, and you can fill in for Tom anytime you want.
Sounds good, thanks.
All right, that's Jesse Mahoney, the associate head coach of Ram Volleyball, and that'll wrap up the program here for Jesse and head coach Steve Fairchild. I'm Brian Ross saying so long, and we'll see you next time here on the Ram Report. Thanks for joining us on the Ram Report with Steve Fairchild. Join us again next time for more Ram action.